and it's an update more on the gun ban for marijuana smokers and stuff. So roll it.
Welcome back. For nearly 60 years, the possession of guns by users of illegal drugs have been banned by federal law. The Trump administration says it's essential for public safety. Next week, the Supreme Court is considering whether that ban is unconstitutionally broad. It's a high-stakes case involving marijuana and the states that have legalized it in some form. Our Devin Dwyer has a closer look at the case and growing debate over whether cannabis should get a carve-out in gun law.
In the foothills of Pennsylvania's Allegheny Mountains, oil and forestry are big business, Donald Trump is big politics, and for hunters like Rob Green, guns are a big part of local culture.
If you don't support the Second Amendment in Warren County, you probably should leave.
Green is an Army veteran and father of 3, and until earlier this year was the top law enforcement official in the county for more than a decade.
Most crimes that we prosecuted involved drugs or alcohol. I mean, that's a good 85 to 90%.
He also happens to be a user of cannabis, one of 440,000 Pennsylvanians with a state-authorized medical marijuana card.
So how often do you use?
When I was the DA, once or twice every week or two, maybe once a week on an average would be good. I'm not a daily user.
Does marijuana serve a medical purpose for you?
Yes. Yes. If it did not, I would not be able to get a medical marijuana card.
Marijuana as medical treatment has been legal here since 2016, but consuming cannabis also comes with what Green calls an unconstitutional cost.
As of right now, I have 0 firearms.
And why is that?
I could serve 10 years in prison for having a firearm because I am, according to the feds, an illegal user of marijuana. I mean, it's bull.
Congress has prohibited the feds from cracking down on state medical marijuana programs, and President Trump recently signed an executive order loosening restrictions.
It's an honor to do this.
But cannabis is still banned under federal law. And that means 6 million registered medical marijuana patients across 40 states must surrender their Second Amendment right to own a gun, even when they're not under the influence. Pennsylvania gun dealer Tim Parker says the law is still the law.
We have a sign on the outside of the door. We do not like people that smell like marijuana coming into our shop. A lot of times they tell us that they have a license or a marijuana card,
yeah,
and they're legally allowed to have it. I said, well, you're not allowed to come in here. We will not sell you anything.
Parker showed us how gun buyers must attest on a federal form under threat of felony prosecution that they don't use marijuana or any other illegal drug.
So if you check yes, it's an automatic no
correct,
purchase.
Because the federal law, even though in the state of Pennsylvania they made medical marijuana legal, the federal law still mandates that we cannot sell you a firearm.
Since 1998, the FBI says countless drug users have been turned away by gun dealers because of that form, in addition to more than 240,000 customers flagged for drug-related convictions by the background check system. The Trump administration calls the gun ban for drug users a cornerstone of public safety.
Those are the kind of people that shouldn't be carrying a gun because it's all split-second things, and a gun doesn't think for itself. Yeah. Guns don't kill people. People kill people, not guns.
This is our gun room.
The potential dangers of combining drugs and guns is apparent inside the City of Erie Police Department gun vault, lined with boxes of 700 firearms confiscated in crimes since 2023.
How many of these guns would be associated with drugs?
I mean, so 170-ish that we took them and confiscated them with drugs, but I would probably guess 70% of these probably were involved in the drug trade.
Had some connection
Had
to
some
drugs.
connection, yeah.
Police Chief Richard Laura says medical marijuana is not a top threat, but does pose a danger when combined with guns.
We don't want someone who's under the influence of alcohol or methamphetamine or cocaine or marijuana to be handling a firearm. Obviously, there's some safety issues there.
The Justice Department says it prosecutes 300 cases a year in which a violation of the drug user gun ban was the leading charge. One recent high-profile case involved Hunter Biden, a self-confessed recovering crack cocaine addict who was charged with lying on the federal gun transaction form and obtaining a firearm. So was Ali Hamani of Texas, who the government says admitted to using marijuana every other day while keeping a Glock 9mm pistol in his home. But a federal court said the ban enacted by Congress in 1968 is too broad and unconstitutional as applied.
And it's unconstitutional because, and we're talking about a statute that renders it a felony for a person who is a consumer of cannabis to possess a firearm, whether they are sober or intoxicated, no matter what.
The Hamani decision spawned a rare alliance. The Trump administration, gun safety advocates, and anti-drug groups now appealing to the Supreme Court to hold the line. They say a ban on guns for people who use illegal drugs, including medical marijuana, is rooted in the nation's history.
Back to the days of the founding, we had laws about intoxication and severe intoxication, even surrounding things like alcohol.
And they point out marijuana use has been linked to perpetrators of some of the country's deadliest mass shootings, like the attack in Minnesota last year at the Annunciation Catholic School.
It's not to say that everyone who smokes marijuana is going to have cannabis-induced psychosis, or even the vast majority.
Right.
But we need a bright line rule here to prevent against the worst possible scenarios that could occur.
I do agree there are certain circumstances where people should not be able to own firearms.
But Green says the dangers of marijuana are overblown.
Cannabis has helped me in a number of ways. I mean, it helps me immensely. It's helped out of a lot of other people. And it has hurt me in zero ways. Are there certain drugs that are so dangerous and addictive that it's not safe for you to have a firearm? Sure. Marijuana is not one of them.
That's some bullshit. It's just like the smoking and driving. It's all on the person, man. Like, guns don't kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people. So, whether that be a weed head, coke head, whatever. So you telling me a coke head has more rights to a gun than somebody who smokes pot? Make it make sense. So you telling me somebody on heroin, like, make it make sense. Like, anyway, leave your questions and your comments down low. Tell me how you feel, guys. This one should be interesting because this is a load of crap. If you're a gun owner and tell me how this makes you feel. Because this is some bullshit. I don't know any other way to put it. This is some bullshit. This is some bull doodle. I totally disagree. If you disagree, leave your comments down low in the comment section. Let's get on to the third news update. That was a load of crap. I totally disagree with that one.